What up, what it do, guys? Welcome back to Spaz the Riches, and today we're going to be watching a video that was requested by one of you guys. Now this is going to be a two-part video because it's 32 minutes long. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and we're just going to jump right on into the video.
Kyle Thomas Busch from Las Vegas, Nevada, born May 2nd, 1985. You may know him for this.
I'm still not a very big fan of these things. I can't stand to drive them. They suck.
Or this.
He's got him. Oh, I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No!
Oh, he turned him. No!
Or this.
To 17 to Timothy Peters, they slid up the racetrack, and now Kyle Busch not happy at all.
It's all good, dude.
And Kyle Busch is going to turn the 33 to the wall. Our championship contender Hornaday in the wall.
Well, Kyle Busch should be parked for this race and maybe the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was probably that one. This is a story about how a young kid from Las Vegas became one of the most hated athletes in the history of professional sports. The 2005 MBNA Race Points 200 wasn't Kyle's first rivalry, but it was his first with a fan favorite. Kevin Harvick, 4 years prior, filled in for the late Dale Earnhardt Sr., and with his rebellious grease monkey attitude, really fit the mold for what Dale Sr. fans wanted in their new driver. Kevin Harvick was undoubtedly one of the biggest fan favorites at the time, and Kyle Busch was nothing more than defending Cup Series champion Kurt Busch's little brother.
Oh, there they go. Win again. Oh, there they go. I told you, he can't do that. Didn't make it that time. Caution is out. Here comes another car spinning. Randy LaJoy, 34. And that's all because he locked it down.
Spin and save, though, for LaJoy, as this wreck is still going on.
I'm not sure. I think going on purpose. Still going on purpose. I think one of them's throttle's hung. I'm not sure which one.
It's crazy because he was dragging them still. Like, bro did everything he could to drag that car. Oh, that was messed up. He didn't want him to win at all.
I would have guessed the 21.
I had a really awesome shot back low Chevrolet today, and it was going to win the race, but Kevin Harvick wanted to end the day short on us. You know, I got underneath him 2 or 3 times, and he ran me low, real low, coming off turn 4 especially twice, and took all the air off my spoiler, and I got loose and was trying to chase it up the racetrack and squeezed him in the fence, and then he wanted to commit murder on me and drive me down into turn 1 wide open all the way along the side of my car. So I think NASCAR's a little upset with me because I drove it back along the front straightaway the wrong way, and you know, that's just because I didn't want to cause a big fight down there with Kevin Harvick.
What do they say, Larry? There's 2 sides, 3 sides to every story. His side, your side, and the real side.
Which will probably come out in a press release on Tuesday, along with appropriate penalties.
And just think, they got to race again tomorrow.
Kyle Busch was very vocal on his point of view. What was your point of view? And we've got the crash for you here, Kevin. You can walk us through it, even though you already have lived it.
Yeah, I don't even need to look at it. I mean, basically what happened was, you got a lot of these guys got a lot faster race cars than they do talents, and we got stuck together there and riding down the racetrack. I'm trying to get back going straight, but we just kind of hung up there. I was hoping to kind of brush them out of the way, but it's just unfortunate for this Reese's Chevrolet. A lot of fast race cars on the track with a few drivers that just have their head up their rear end and don't know how to race side by side. They think you just got to run over somebody.
And a big goal for you and this team was the Car Owners Championship, and you're going to take a hit today in that goal.
That doesn't matter. I mean, the main thing is we had a fast car. We come to these Busch races to try to win the race, and it's just unfortunate we had a fast car, and there for 3 or 4 laps we had to get the tires up to pressure and do what we had to do to fend them off. But just unfortunate you got morons out there that have to run over people and think it's going to call racing.
Kyle, how do you feel about the way you were penalized for what happened out there? Not a word from him. Keeping his mouth shut right now, guys.
Kyle Busch is going to slide up into him, and that's exactly what happened.
Around, watch this, under the caution. 9 is trying to repay it.
Marty? Well, incident number 1, what happened, Casey?
We just got taken out. You know, it's there's times when things happen and you know, you end up crashing because of other cars, but right there we just got taken out. And it's too bad for all the Dodge dealers and McDonald's, Stanley, Siemens, everybody that supports this team.
The 2007 All-Star race is the first time Kyle and Kurt Busch ended up wrecked and on the truck. Kyle Busch, still unproven, living in his brother's shadow. This led to one of the most memorable moments in NASCAR All-Star race history.
Kurt Busch in that 2 got such a run through the middle of 3 and 4. He's going to take second spot away from Burton. Here comes his brother Kyle to the inside. And almost wrecked him.
I told you.
There he goes.
I told you.
Oh, my gosh.
Checkers are wreckers.
That boy's got a lot of talent. If only he can harness it on a weekly basis. From Jeff Gordon.
Keep it down there. Good job, good job.
And you know, they just had got that 2 car where I think they wanted it with Kurt Busch.
Yep. Kurt has been strong and been in a position to win several races this year. Sometimes circumstances have dictated the outcome. And Kyle Busch has won a race this year. He won at Bristol.
Probably should have won 4 or 5, but things like this keep happening.
Just barely got him.
You know, the tough part is I wrecked real close to the end at the Daytona 500, and there was a lot of money up for line, and a guy named Harvick won the race. A guy named Harvick's leading right now. So that was a bummer to have my little brother pull that move on me, and maybe I should have given an inch instead of taking an inch from him. But hey, that's what the All-Star race is all about. I just hate I got a wrecked race.
So he wrecked his brother on purpose, or was it an accident? It was on purpose. Well, the way bro sounds like it was on purpose. That's crazy. I mean, it's a race though, so I mean, you competing, and I guess you don't care what you do to the other people as long as you win. That's how they play video games and stuff too. I mean, if you can take it, you can take it. I guess. I don't know.
Race car and so does he.
You will talk to him.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk to each other. It's just tough to have this scenario happen out on the track, but inevitably it was going to happen. So we'll see what he has to say about it, and we'll see what we can do to discuss it. But right now, I'm not eating any cut logs anytime soon.
At the end of the 2007 season, Kyle Busch and Hendrick Motorsports decided to part ways after prolonged negotiations. Dale Jr. was slotted to make his shocking jump to Hendrick Motorsports after driving for his late father's race team, DEI, his entire career. Rick Hendrick called Kyle Busch NASCAR's #1 free agent, and that's when Joe Gibbs made the call. In the closing stages of the 2008 Crown Royal presents the Dan Lowry 400 at Richmond, the 2 men that had been the top 2 names in the headlines during the offseason were battling it out for the win. An incredible race was taking place, and Dale Jr. was trying to score his first win for Hendrick Motorsports since joining his new team. What happened at the end of this race was the single biggest moment in Kyle Busch's career and would affect his legacy forever.
Big time going into turn 1.
Boy, Kyle Busch got a great run off turn 2 down the back straightaway. You know he'll pack it down into turn 3.
Oh, he's boogieing down in there, baby.
But will it stick?
And Junior gives him the bottom. Car washes up.
Junebug's got that high line. He wants to run it, but I tell you, that 18's going to get under him right here.
3 to go.
Here he goes.
Junior goes up the hill. Let's see if he can get a bite on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him. No.
Now here comes Clint Boyer to take the yellow flag.
Oh, no.
And wild thing, Kyle Busch Makes contact with Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it looks like the drought will continue.
Boys, I'll just tell you something. That ain't going to go over too good right there.
No, it's not.
I love the little old boy to death, but that was not a good move right there. I was afraid of that when they got side by side late in the race on old tires.
With Kyle Busch, what happened?
It was just a bummer deal. You know, we were both racing hard there, and you know, Denny Hamlin, first off, had the class of the field today. You know, his car was awesome. That FedEx Joe Gibbs Toyota was great. But, you know, Junior and I just racing hard there and getting into turn 3, you know, from the front end replay, it looked like he come down a little bit. But, you know, it's just a part of racing. I mean, I probably could have moved down a little bit lower getting into the corner. He probably could have moved up higher. I mean, it's just a product of good, hard race. And I apologize to those guys. You know, it's tough that they had a great race car tonight, and they probably could have finished, if not winning the race, probably second. But, you know, for us and to go on the way that we have so far since all this has gone on has nothing to do with any of that stuff. So
in the matter of one turn of one lap, Dale Jr.'s feelings had to go from what was probably elation to deflation. Dale Jr., was that a fair racing move, or does Kyle Busch need some extra security leaving Richmond tonight?
Whether it's fair or not, he's going to need some security from all of us. But, I haven't seen the replay. Tony Jr. said he looked like Kyle got loose underneath me, and that happened. I was I wasn't good on the bottom, so I moved up to the top to run as good as I could up there, and he'd been running the bottom, so I figured we'd race it out. And he got a great run around 1 and 2 and nearly got by me, but he gave me room on the outside off of 2, so I wouldn't say that was intentional going into 3, because if he wanted to, he could have just run me in the fence off 2. But we'd been racing each other earlier and had no problem, so I think I've done that before if it's what happened, if he got loose underneath me. But
that's how I feel too. I don't feel like that was intentional. I feel like they were just racing side by side, and you know, it just happened. It ended up just happening. So I don't know why this would be a reason for people to hate him. Well, or just not like him. I mean, I feel like that was just something that happens in racing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You know, because y'all know more about this stuff than me. So
the worst part about it is just I've been priding myself on running good all year, and I was in position for a win, and I ran hard and got wrecked. And I had a top 3 car, should finish in the top 3. So I was going for the win. Just ended up on the hook today. So just disappointed.
Friends would walk up to me and just be like,
One thing's for sure, he's going to go to Darlington next week, hungrier than ever.
2008 to 2011, Kyle Busch would see victory lane numerous times and make more enemies along the way. His aggressive driving style and attitude were reminiscent of the old days, but the difference was that Kyle Busch was only 23 years old and picking fights with all the wrong people.
He looks in. Typical Friday.
Hey, and you know what? That's how it be though. Like, people won't like it because, you know, they got their favorites and you pick fights with all their favorites, especially when they're older people that you done already, you know, established them some love for or some like for. And then you got this other person who's new and stuff. They come in reckless and everything, and they come for them. You be mad at them people. It's like, it's an emotional thing.
Night. Oh, Steven grabs the helmet. I think 2 guys will be going to the trailer, and you may have to get your wallet out, Dad. There may be a fine. I'm staying out of this one.
Well, I mean, we had a struggling night all night. You know, we had to battle there at the end of the race. And Steven, I guess, got a better run off of turn 2, and instead of, you know, turning low to pass me, you know, he just hit me in the back end there and drove into turn 3, and he knew I was going to hit him, so he moved up the racetrack out of my way, and we got through there luckily, and we were able to come home 3rd or whatever we were. I don't even know, but you know, when you bump somebody on the straightaway, if you want to play boys games like that, you know, then it's every man for himself. And I don't care. I'll wreck as many cars as I need to. So to me, I'm not going for points. If he's going for points, it's going to hurt him a lot worse than it's going to hurt me.
You jumped out of your car and you went back and had words with him. What did you say?
I basically told him that you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns, and then he wanted to grab my helmet, which is, pretty childish again. But, we'll see what happens here in the future, and if he wants to play those games, he's going to get hurt.
That's just Richmond, man. Here on a 3/4 mile racetrack, they're racing as hard as you can. It's just a green-white checkered. I mean, what can you do, But besides that, our Nick Chevrolet, Rachel's Homes, Monte Carlo, ran really good. I got to thank John Bean and Susan Bean. We finally pulled this top 5 off for him, and it was just a good run for us. We worked real hard over the off-season, and, we've had a lot of fast race cars just have anything to show. Ran 10th in Mexico and 5th here, so we're finally building some momentum that we can carry there at Darlington. So just got to thank everybody at Atrius, RWI, and I think Harold Holly and all those guys just changed my life and my whole race team around.
He leaned in the window after you guys came down pit road. What did he say to you?
I don't know what he was saying, but if I jerked him by the helmet and just rattled his cage a little bit to know him, just to tell him that I wasn't happy with it. He's just a little girl about it. I don't know. I just think it's pretty bad, when they call drivers introductions, everybody in the grandstands booze. It's always for a reason. It's sore losers. But anyway.
Post race.
Still.
No, he hit me getting into turn 1, which got me a little bit loose, shattered the rear tires, but, whatever. That's, Carl's going to say he's sorry he didn't want to race that way because he always does, Mr. Ed likes. So we'll take it, we'll go on, and, we'll race him that way in a chase if that's the way he wants to race.
Yeah, I just, that's one of those deals where I couldn't get by him, and I couldn't get by him. And I just had to ask myself, would he do that to me? And he has before, so that's the way it goes. And just really proud of my guys off the Steepo. Got to thank the fans, Ford Motor Company, Aflac. Man, that's exciting. They keep talking about rivalries. We might have one now.
You two were very close, but not fast enough to get him on the short runs. That last adjustment, do you think your car got that much better, or did his get a little slower?
Well, I kind of just ran into him, That's what happened. It's too bad we tore up the car a little bit after the race, but I guess he wasn't happy about it. I can understand, but just in the back of my mind, all I could think about was Richmond at a nationwide race when he was trying to get through the field and he pile drove me, and I'm not, it's just the way it is, just racing. I got a lot of respect for the guy, and he was real fast, but we can't give up points when they're right there for us to take.
See that hand? Shoving to the bottom.
He just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. There he goes.
He turns him.
Busch in the wall.
Oh, my God.
Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line. Look at the damage to his race car as Kyle Busch crawls out and walks back down the racetrack.
If the second place driver dumps, quote unquote, the leader, then black flag doesn't get the win. If he's on him from behind and moves him out of the way and there's no wreck, then fine. He can win the race. But if you're up alongside the guy and you dump him, then I'd say black flag him and give the win to the third place guy.
He did. I think I make a little contact there. Yep, that's what you said. Come on, let's see if they're going to fight. I want to see this. A little discussion.
A few little words here. He's like, hey, dude, one of us is going to win.
He hung up my right rear quarter panel all the way down the front straightaway and gave the win to the 88 car. He slowed us down so much. He had no idea the 88 car was coming. And the 88 just drove right by both of us on the outside because Brian Vickers was trying to slow both of us down. Just stupid.
Oh, man, I tell you, I am so sorry. I forgot it was the Kyle Busch show. He was better. I thought it was my job to hold him off. Apparently not. He came over to the car after we came in and knocked our fender in, which was unnecessary, and then started crying like a little baby. And I asked him if he'd just give me a minute to get out. We could talk about it like men. If he wanted to fight, that's fine with me. And as soon as I got out, he ran off. And it's a shame that it went down like that. I mean, we were racing hard. I thought it was a good race,
More cameras, roof cam.
Yeah, you can see right there, no contact. This is just agony right here. This is just a little more misery for your evening.
And Casey Kane, another driver like Jeff Gordon, who keeps finding himself at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to be happy with his teammate, so that's what created this whole mess.
There's Kyle Busch climbing out.
It's the second time a man's that got out of the car with all the aggression in the world that I've seen on this video.
That's actually the 11 hauler he's walking up into.
Here's a look at it. There's Kyle in the middle.
Right here, I think you'll see a little contact, and this is what cuts Burton's tire down. But you gotta also see that the 33 was underneath the Kyle's. I can't really, you know, close racing on a restart.
Look from the helicopter.
Right there is where the tire got cut. That's
oh boy.
I don't know if that's
Jeff Burton and Kyle Busch. Harsh words. And all in one.
I think he might get him right here.
He's got it. Oh, the contact. And he takes the position back. Oh, Kyle, will he retaliate? Yes, he turns him. Joey Logano goes past. He gets through it. The caution is out. And there is damage to the points leader. All right, let's go back and look at it all.
They battled for about 10 laps here. You see Kyle got just a little bit loose there as he pulled up in front. Yeah, that's Bristol racing. You know, each one of them, you have to know that you're going to take that chance. But that right there is a payback, folks. That's all that is.
I had him cleared on the back, and I moved up in front of him, and instead of him doing an Earnhardt crossover move, he decided that he'd just run in the back of me and put me in the fence. So that's Brad Keselowski. So, you know, I went down to the next corner and dumped him. I mean, but he does it to everybody else. Why can't I do it to him? So whatever.
It's hard racing, man. You know, going for the win. You know, I was on the outside. He was on the inside. He got a great run through 1 and 2, and he did a good job and got up, almost cleared me, and kind of took it for granted that I would lift to let him in line, and I didn't. So, you know, that's his right. I'm not gonna sit here and complain about it. We're gonna go to work with our discount Dyer Dodge and try to beat him next week and the week after and every other week.
Brad is watching the video right now, the replay of this. Brad, you're on probation. Do you think Kyle took advantage of that fact here tonight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I got my hands tied behind my back, but I'm not gonna complain about it. We're just gonna go to work. And
so if you're on probation, that means you can't dump back? Because that's what I'm getting out of this. You're on probation, so that must mean you can't dump back. But anyway, I'm going to start the video right here, guys. I was supposed to start the video a while back. I just got really into it. But anyway, I'm going to start the video right here. There will be a part 2, which is the other couple minutes of this video. Please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and until next time, my friend.
You like how I walk, huh? You like a soldier, nigga, boss. You know what I'm on, huh? How you cap, bitch, you weak. Bitch, you lame on that lame old shit. For yourself, get killed. I'll take the gun off your hip. Dish you that shit like a feel. Don't do young hoes.